Kirti departure again?
Austrian 123, departure is Kirti 3 November.
Can you send that to me via the messages?
Austrian 123, of course, give me just a second.
Delivery, good day, Ryanair 7 Alpha Foxtrot, information Oscar, request clearance to Vienna.
Ryanair 7 Alpha Foxtrot München, delivery, good evening, information Oscar is correct, startup is approved, you cleared to Vienna via the Kirti 3 November departure, flight and route initial climb 70, squawk 1000.
Clear to Vienna via the Kirti 3 November departure, initial climb flight level 70, squawk 1000, Ryanair 7 Alpha Foxtrot.
Ryanair 7 Alpha Foxtrot, readback is correct. For push, contact apron on 121.775. Have a nice flight, bye bye.
121.775, good day to you, Ryanair 7 Alpha Foxtrot, bye.
Cleared to Lima Oscar Whiskey via the Kilo India Romeo Delta India 3 November departure. Climb flight level 370 squawk 1000 for Austrian 123.
Austrian 123, readback is correct. For push, contact apron on 121.775. Bye bye.
One to 1.775 Austrian 123.
Delivery, good day, this is Austrian 75 Lima with you, information Oscar 1 with IFR, clearance to Vienna.
Austrian 75 Lima München delivery, wonderful good evening, information Oscar is correct, startup is approved, you cleared to Vienna via the Kirti 3 November departure, flight plan route initial climb 70, squawk 1000.
Cleared to Vienna via the Kirti 3 Whiskey, 3 November departure, flight plan route initially flight level 70, squawk 1000 for Austrian 75.
Austrian 75 Lima, readback is correct. For push, contact apron on 121.775. Bye bye.
For push apron 121.775, thank you for service, sir. Good day, 75 Lima.
Mission delivery service Austrian 6 to Tango with information Oscar. Request IFR clearance to Innsbruck.
Austrian 62 Tango München delivery, wonderful good evening, information Oscar is correct. Startup is approved, you cleared to Innsbruck via the Turbo 6 November departure.
The Center 2, stand 211, Lufthansa 2469er.
Apron, good day, Ryanair 7 Alpha Foxtrot at stand 250, request push and start.
Ryanair 7 Alpha Foxtrot apron, good evening, push is approved, face north.
Push and start approved, facing north, good evening to you, Ryanair 7 Alpha Fox.
Lufthansa 2 for Mike, request taxi.
Lufthansa 2 for Mike, swing over and taxi via Oscar 2, entry November 4.
Swing over to Oscar 2 and entry November 4, Lufthansa 2 for Mike.
Lufthansa 2 for Mike, approaching November 4, contact Tower 1187 Charlotte.
Ja, Dankeschön, when approaching November 4, Tower 1187, Lufthansa 2 for Mike, bye bye.
Ground to Cockpit. Land acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you're ready.
Munich ground, Austrian 123, ready for push and start.
Lufthansa 1765, guten Abend, taxi stand 222 Bravo via Whiskey 2. Lufthansa 1765.
Lufthansa 1765.
Good evening, sir. Taxi stand 222 Bravo via Whiskey 2.
222 Bravo via Whiskey 2, Lufthansa 1765.
Austrian 123, hello again. Push approved, face north.
Clear push, face north, Austrian 123.
Captain Servus, Lufthansa 02 Whiskey, stand 324, West push.
Lufthansa 02 Whiskey, guten Abend. Push approved, face north, blue line.
Lufthansa 02 Whiskey, pushback approved, facing north, blue line.
Munich ground, ED424 is at stand 112 with Oscar, ready to push and start.
Easy 424, hello. Set your squawk 2322. Easy 424, pushback approved, facing south on the orange line.
Pushback facing south on the orange line, ED424.
Ryanair 7 Alpha Foxtrot, request taxi.
Ryanair 7 Alpha Foxtrot, taxi straight ahead via Oscar 2, November 4.
Taxi straight ahead, November 4 via Oscar 2, Ryanair 7 Alpha Foxtrot.
Austrian 123, just to confirm, you're pushing facing north and not to the south.
Crap. Okay, I'll probably have to turn the plane around.
No, don't do that. Just continue with the pushback facing south and let me know when you're ready for taxi.
Thanks, I'll let you know.
Munich ground, good day. This is Austrian 75 Lima at Terminal 2, stand 216, ready for push and start.
Austrian 75 Lima, good evening, sir. Push is approved, face north.
Push approved facing north to 75 Lima.
Ryanair 7 Alpha Foxtrot, contact Tower 118.7, goodbye.
118.7, goodbye, Ryanair 7 Alpha Foxtrot.
Mission 8 Servus, Lufthansa 2 Bravo November, request pushback. Lufthansa 2 Bravo November, guten Abend, push approved, face north. Push approved, facing north, Lufthansa 2 Bravo November.
Ground to Cockpit.
ToLiss driving up.
Munich ground, good evening, Hunter line 2343 on gate 212, request pushback.
Hunter line 2343, guten Abend, Squawk 2310 bitte.
Surveillance setting Squawk 2310, Hunter line 2343.
Hunter line 2343, okay, now I can see your must push is approved, face to the north.
Thank you very much, push approved, facing north, Hunter line
Okay,
2343.
all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect. Set parking brake.
Berlin 2310, request push and start.
Berlin 2310, Squawk 1000 bitte.
Sorry, no better?
Yeah, now I can see you, push approved, face north.
Push and start, is north.
Austrian 123 ready for taxi.
Austrian 123 with a left turn to
Connected
taxi
and
northbound
bypass been
via
inserted.
Center 2
Release parking brake.
Center 2, November 4.
Starting pushback, and you may start the engine.
With the left turn, taxi via Center 2 and Center 2 November 4. Taxi via Center 2 November 4, Austrian 123.
Lufthansa 1765 on blocks. Thank you for your service. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.
1765, the same to you. See you next time. Goodbye.
Lufthansa 02 Whiskey, request taxi.
Lufthansa 02 Whiskey, taxi Oscar 3, Blue Line, Delta 6, Blue Line, hold short Oscar 2.
Lufthansa 02 Whiskey, taxi Oscar 3, Blue Line, Delta 6, Blue Line, holding short Oscar 2.
Austrian 123, can you send taxi instructions via the chat? Taxi to Center 2, entry November 4, Austrian 123.
Lufthansa 2 of November, request taxi. Lufthansa 2 Bravo November, straight ahead, Oscar 2, November 4. Straight ahead on Oscar 2 to November 4, Lufthansa 2 Bravo November.
Request cancel pushback clearance. I have to stand by for around 50 minutes.
Berlin 2310, pushback clearance is cancelled.
Please set parking brake. Disconnecting tow, stand by.
Lufthansa 2 Bravo November, Tower 1187, goodbye. 1187, Lufthansa 2 Bravo November, danke, tschüss.
Hunter line 2343 is ready for taxi.
Hunter line 2343, make a right turn and join Oscar 2, November 4.
Make a left turn onto Oscar 2 to entry November 4, Hunter line 2343.
Hunter Austrian 2343, negative. Left turn is not possible, otherwise you will crash into tunnel building, so please make a right turn. Right turn straight ahead into Oscar 2 and then all the way north to November 4.
Service for that is of course
Power is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed and signal on the left. I'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
To the 02 Whiskey, we have an issue with our brakes, so we are unable to move at the moment. We call you when we fix it.
Lufthansa 02 Whiskey, roger, that is copied.
Mission April Servus, Austrian 62 Tango, stand 317, request pushback.
Austrian 62 Tango, schönen guten Abend. Pushback is approved, facing south onto the orange line.
Pushback approved, facing south onto the orange, Austrian 62 Tango.
Austrian 123 apron.
November Golf 001 at November 1.
November Golf 001, hello, taxi stand 175 via Whiskey 1, blue line.
Where Whiskey 1. I can get the last part, please.
Your stand is 175 and taxi clearance is via taxiway Whiskey 1, the blue line, please.
Stand 175, I'll try and get it via Whiskey 1, blue line.
Line 2343 and contact Tower 1187, bye-bye.
Tower 118.7. Thanks for service. Have a nice evening. Bye.
Austrian 75 Lima request taxi.
Austrian 123 apron.
Austrian 123, go ahead.
You have 3 taxiways here in Munich. The left one is called Whiskey 2, that's where you currently are. The next one to the right is called Center 2, and the one on the right, it is Oscar 2. So for you, left turn and then take the middle one.
Left turn and then take the middle one, Austrian 123.
And Austrian 75 Lima is calling for taxi, confirm.
Squawk 1000 for 75.
No, that was a question. Are you ready for taxi?
Roger, sir. Ready for taxi, 75.
Alright, make a right turn and taxi now via Oscar 2 and then November 4.
Taxi to November 4 via Oscar 2, 75.
Richard, Lufthansa 2 Tango Tango, gate 312, request pushback.
Lufthansa 2 Tango Tango, Flugkurs D, push approved, face south, orange line.
Pushback approved, facing south onto the orange, and yeah, just to confirm, we have our clearance for runway 26 right, trotzdem facing south.
Never mind, Lufthansa 02 Whiskey, I see you have fixed your problem.
To the 02 Whiskey, affirmative.
Alright, 02 Whiskey, continue blue line, right turn Oscar 2, November 4, reaching Tower 1187.
02 Whiskey, right, Oscar 2, November 4, November 4, 118.7, Servus, Pushback.
Lufthansa 2, Tango Tango, in that case, re-cleared, push approved, facing north on the blue line.
Pushback approved on the north, and to the blue Lufthansa 2, Tango Tango.
Ground, Easy 42040 is ready to taxi.
Easy 424, hello, take the next right, Charlie 3, hold short, Whiskey 1.
Right, Charlie 3, hold Whiskey 1, Easy 424.
The shuttle 768, hello, push approved, face north. Austrian 75 Lima, reaching November 4, Tower 1187, goodbye.
After November 4, Tower 1187, thank you for service, 75.
Apron, Austrian 62 Tango, we are ready to taxi and we are cleared also for 2.
Tower, good day, this is Austrian 75 Lima, short of November 4.
Austrian 75 Lima, München Tower, hello. Taxi holding point, runway 265 via November Alpha 13.
Taxi holding point 6 right via November Alpha 13 for Austrian 75.
Lufthansa 2 Bravo November, contact München radar 127.995.
127.995 Lufthansa 2 Bravo November, danke, tschüss.
Hansa Line 2343 is ready for departure, Alpha 10.
Hansa Line 2343, wind 340 degrees for north, runway 265, cleared for immediate takeoff.
Cleared for immediate takeoff, 269 Lufthansa, correction Hansa Line 4323.
München Aludi Lufthansa 9332 Heavy ILS 265.
Lufthansa 9332 Heavy, München Tower, hello, wind check 340 degrees, 4 knots, 1 departure end.
Copy Lufthansa 9332.
Lufthansa 9332, wind 340 degrees, 4 knots, runway 265, clear to land.
265 clear to land, Lufthansa 9332.
And Hansa Line 2343, contact München radar 127.995.
Munich radar 127.925, thanks Charles, bye.
Hansa Line 2343, negative, it's München radar 127.995.
Roger, 127.995, bye.
Lufthansa 02 Whiskey ready.
Lufthansa 02 Whiskey, behind arriving aircraft, line up runway 265 and wait behind.
202 Whiskey, behind line landing traffic, line up runway 265 and wait behind. Lufthansa 9332 going around.
Lufthansa 9332, roger.
Tower EZ424 is with you.
Tower Servus Lufthansa
424, taxi holding point runway 265
via November Alpha 13.
Looked.
Lufthansa 9332, flight and the procedure as published and contact München radar 123.9.
Go to München 123.9, flying go around procedure as published. Lufthansa 9332.
EZ424, could you repeat the taxi instructions, please?
1 second.
München Tower Servus Lufthansa 5 Echo, ILS 265. Lufthansa 02 Whiskey, wind 340 degrees, 4 knots, runway 265, clear for takeoff.
Lufthansa 02 Whiskey, runway 265, clear for takeoff.
Lufthansa 5 Papa Echo, München Tower, hello, wind check 340 degrees, 4 knots, 1 departure end. EZ424, München Tower, hello, taxi holding point runway 265 via November Alpha 13.
Taxi via November Alpha 15, EZ424.
Austrian 75 Lima short of Alpha 13 ready.
Mau Shuttle 768, München Tower, hello, advise able intersection Alpha 12.
Affirm, 78.
Mau Shuttle 768, taxi holding point runway 265, intersection Alpha 12 via November.
Roger, via November to Alpha 12, Mau Shuttle 78.
München Tower Servus Austrian 6 to Tango on November 4.
Austrian 62 Tango, München Tower, hello. Advice able for Alpha 12 to fetch departure.
Affirm, Alpha 12 is okay with us.
Austrian 62 Tango, taxi holding point runway 26 right, intersection Alpha 12 via November and give way to the easy Airbus A319 crossing from the left to the right.
Taxi to holding point 26 right, intersection Alpha 12 and give way to the Airbus from left to right, Austria 6.
Austrian 75 Lima short of Alpha 13 ready for departure.
Austrian 75 Lima, stand by 1 arrival left. Austrian 6 to Tango, hold short November, I'll call you back.
Holding short November, Austrian 6 to Tango.
Lufthansa 5 for Echo, wind 340 degrees, 4 knots, runway 265, clear to land.
265, land.
Lufthansa 02 Whiskey, contact München radar 127.950.
127.950, Lufthansa 02 Whiskey, John.
Austrian 75 Lima, behind traffic on short final, line up runway 26 right and wait behind.
Behind the traffic on the short final, line up and wait runway 26 right and wait behind the 75.
Austrian 6 to Tango, behind the North Shuttle Boeing 737 from the left to the right, taxi to holding point runway 26 right and section Alpha 12 via November.
Behind the traffic from left to right, taxi to holding short 26 right, Alpha 12. Austrian 6 to Tango.
Austrian 5-7, correction 75 Lima, hold position, air emergency emergency again, Austrian 75 Lima, hold position.
Position Austrian 75 Lima.
Actually 75 Lima, make turn right on runway 26 right and vacate again via Alpha 14. We have emergency inbound. Austrian 75 Lima has again turned right onto runway 26 right and vacate again via Alpha 14, emergency inbound.
Roger, sir, so turn right and vacate via Alpha 1475.
Correct.
Lufthansa 5 for Echo, taxi to entry November 3 via Alpha 6 November and give way to the speedbird crossing from the right to the left.
To intersection November 3 via Alpha 6 November and giving way to the speedbird from the right. München Tower, schönen guten Abend, Delta to Mike Papa at entry November 4.
And Delta to Mike Papa, München Tower, guten Abend, taxi to holding point runway 26 right via November Alpha 13 and give way to a speedbird crossing from the left to the right.
Taxiing to holding point 26 right via November and Alpha 3, giving way to speedbird from the right, Delta to Mike Papa.
All stations are stations. We have an emergency inbound on runway 26 right. Runway is closed as of now. Expect delay of about 5 to 10 minutes. Austrian 75 Lima, yep, hold short Mike and stand by for your right turn again.
I'll say again, please, 75 Lima.
Austrian 7 Lima, hold short Mike, stand by for your right turn.
Hold short on Mike, stand by, 75.
München Tower, Servus, Lufthansa 2, Tango Tango, approaching November 4.
Lufthansa 2, Tango Tango, München Tower, hello, stand by, I'll call you back.
2 Tango Tango.
Vibrate 947, München Tower.
München Tower, South to Lufthansa 726 on entry November 4.
Lufthansa 726, München Tower, South, stand by, I'll call you back. Lufthansa 5, Papa Echo, contact apron 175.
Vibrate 947.
Lufthansa 5 Papa Echo, contact München apron 121.775.
München Tower, Ludi, Lufthansa 932 with the pan, we have one engine out, we are on ZLS 265.
Lufthansa 9332, München Tower, hello again, roger that. The runway is closed for you, run wind 340 degrees for knots, runway 265 clear land.
65 clear land, Lufthansa 932.
Lufthansa 9er Delta Zulu, München Tower, hello, stand by, I'll call you back.
Vibrate 947 with you.
No shuttle 768, please pull forward to the holding point, you're blocking the taxiway. Pull forward to Alpha 12 holding point.
Yeah, I was leaving some space to the runway to the emergency light, 766.
Copied, he's only one engine out, so again, thanks for your understanding and thinking that there shouldn't be any danger coming from this traffic. He's under control. Please pull forward, thank you, and Austrian 6 to Tango as well. Pull forward to the North Shuttle, correction to Norwegian as close as you can. Delta 2 Mike Papa, holding point Alpha 13.
Holding point Alpha 13, Delta to Mike Papa.
Austrian 75 Lima, behind crossing Delta Airbus A321 from left to right, taxi to holding point runway 26 right via Mike Alpha 13.
Left to right, taxi holding point 6 right via Mike Alpha 1375.
Lufthansa 726, taxi to correction, taxi to stop bound November East via November.
Taxi to holding point November East via November, Lufthansa 726.
Tower, Servus, Lufthansa 9 November 4.
Lufthansa 2 Tango Tango, follow company Airbus A320 to stop bound November East.
Follow the company to stop on November East, Lufthansa 2 Tango Tango.
Lufthansa Delta Zulu, follow the company Airbus A319 to stop bound November East.
We follow our company and traffic to east runway 2
Yep, it's stop bound November East, short of the holding points. Brakes, sweep the 947, hold position, I call it back.
Vibrate 947 with you.
Yep, good evening, I call it back in a second. Hold position. Brake, Lufthansa 9332, when you can, advise intentions.
Yeah, we're getting to the left of Lufthansa 932, and then we are standing by.
Copied, North Shuttle 768, 1 more minute please.
What's your holding position? 7 minutes, no problem.
North Shuttle 768, line up runway 26 right and wait.
Line up and wait for 26 right. North Shuttle 768.
North Shuttle 768, wind 340 degrees for knots, runway 25, clear to take off.
Wind's copy, cleared for takeoff runway 26 right. Also Delta 8, danke.
Delta 2 Mike Papa, line up, runway 26 right and wait.
Line up 26 right and wait, Delta 2 Mike Papa.
Speedbird 947, follow the Lufthansa Airbus A321 in front of you.
Follow the A321 Lufthansa, speedbird 947.
Lufthansa 90332, taxi to entry November 3 via Alpha 9 and contact apron 121.775.
Taxi entry 3 via Alpha 9 932.
North Shuttle 768, contact München radar 127.950.
Sorry, say again, 3768?
Delta 2 Mike Papa, wind 340 degrees for knots, runway 26 right, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, Delta 2 Mike Papa.
For North Shuttle 768, contact München radar 127.950.
Roger, 127.950, North Shuttle 768, tschüss.
Guten Abend, München Tower, can 1 entry November 2.
Austrian 62 Tango behind departing traffic, line up runway 26 right and wait behind.
Behind departing traffic, line up to 6 right and wait behind Austrian 60 Tango.
Easy 424, line up runway 26 right.
Line up 26 right, easy 424.
KLM 189er, arm, taxi holding point runway 26 right via November Alpha 13.
Alpha 13 via November, can 189er.
Lufthansa 726, continue taxi holding point runway 26 right via Alpha 13.
Continue taxi holding point runway 26 right via Alpha 13, Lufthansa 726.
Lufthansa 2 Tango Tango, continue taxi holding point runway 26 right via Alpha 14.
Holding point runway 26 right via Alpha 14, Lufthansa 2, Tango Tango.
Austrian 62 Tango, wind 340 degrees for knots, runway 26 right, cleared for takeoff.
26 right, cleared for takeoff, Austrian 60 Tango.
Delta 2 Mike Papa, contact München radar 123.9er, bye bye.
123.9er, Delta 2 Mike Papa, bye bye, vielen Dank.
KLM 189er, hold short Alpha 9er.
Roger, holding short Alpha 9er, can 189er.
München Tower, Servus, Lufthansa 294, November 4.
Lufthansa 294, München Tower, hello. Advise Able Alpha 12 intersection departure.
Lufthansa 294, was haben wir das?
Lufthansa 294, taxi holding point runway 26 right, intersection Alpha 12 via November.
Lufthansa 294, taxi to holding point runway 26 right, intersection Alpha 12 via November.
Lufthansa 90332, contact München apron 121.775.
Munich Tower, November 23 Tango Bravo, November 4.
November 23 Tango Bravo, München Tower, hello, stand by, call you back. Easy 424, wind 340 degrees for knots, runway 26 right, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 26 right, easy 424.
Austrian 62 Tango, contact München radar 127.950.
127.905, Austrian 60 Tango, bye.
Austrian 75 Lima, behind departing traffic, line up runway 26 right and west behind.
Behind the departing traffic, line up 26 right behind Simheaven.
Can we continue our taxi?
KLM 189er, continue taxi.
Continue 189er.
Lufthansa 9 Delta Zulu, continue taxi, holding point on right via November Alpha 15.
Continue via November Alpha 15, Lufthansa 9 Delta Zulu.
Kilometer able for Alpha 1.
Runway 26, right.
KLM 189 at SK is intersection Alpha 12 via November.
Go to Alpha 12 via November, Kilometer danke.
ED424, contact München radar 123.9, bye-bye.
13.9er, ED424.
Austrian 75 Lima with 360 degrees for knots, runway 26 right, clear for takeoff.
It's right, clear for takeoff, Austrian 75 Lima.
Lufthansa 2 Tango Tango, behind, departing traffic line up runway 26 right and wait behind.
Yeah, departing traffic lining up runway 26 right and wait behind, Lufthansa 2 Tango Tango.
Speedbird 947, taxi to holding point runway 26 right via Alpha 13.
Alpha 13 at 26 right, this is Vulkan.
November 23 Tango Bravo, Victor.
November 23 Tango Bravo.
November 23 Tango Bravo, advise able Alpha 10.
Able Alpha 10, November 23 Tango Bravo.
November 23 Tango Bravo, take starting point runway 26 right. Intersection Alpha 10 via November.
Alpha 1026 right via November 23 Tango Bravo.
Austrian 75 Lima, contact München radar 127.950.
127.950, take the service 75.
Jet 001, report the course and only to director 118825, show.
118825, director, course and only to
424, proceed direct Pala. ED44 direct for higher conviction radar 132.550.
English radar, good day, this is Austrian 75 Lima passing 4600 for flight level 70.
Austrian 75 Lima identified, flight level 80.
Level 80 is 75 Lima.
Austrian 75 Lima, flight heading 180.
Flight heading 18075 Lima.
Level 130.
Level 130, Austrian 6.
This 118 descend to 6,000 feet, QNH 1010. Descend to 6,000 feet, QNH 1010. Austin 75 Lima, climb level 190.
Climb level 19075 Lima.
Port 119.275.
19275 Innsbruck, Austrian 6 to Tango, goodbye.
With 118, report the call sign only to the director 118825, goodbye. Call sign only 118825, goodbye to this 118. Under 200 Tango identified, climb level 9. Climb level 9.
Hotel 500 Sky clarified to Juliet Mike
inbound Xerum, passing flight level 190.
Vulkan 75 Lima, proceed direct Kirdi.
Bearing to QD 75 Lima.
Flightliner 53 micro identified. Delta Mike 424, Delta Mike 429, descent level 110.
Delta Mike 424, Delta Mike 429, and confirm 110. Skyflyer, factor to Mike.
That's correct. Expect ILS 26 right.
ILS 26 right for factor to Mike.
Lufthansa to Tango Tango, climb level 130.
Climbing 130.
Tango to 130 will be final level and proceed direct to Runway.
Level 130 final level, direct to Runway.
Skyflyer factor to Mike, confirm 26 right.
Information Papa is 26 right, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Factor to Mike.
The other runway is closed due to virtual contact.
Okay, thank you.
Vulkan 75 Lima, cross speed 134,350.
So again, frequency please, 75 Lima.
75 Lima, V radar 134,350.
134,350, 75 Lima, thank you.
Papa Mike, QNH now 1011.
101 cleared. Delta Papa Mike.
Delta Papa Mike, confirm established.
Delta Papa Mike declared.
Good day, this is Austin 75 Lima, climbing flight level 190.
Alpha 75 Lima, briefing identified, cap flight level 230.
Flight level 230, 75.
EDDM-LOWW, contact our units for correction, Europe Police, frequency 135.3, servus.
1353, Austrian EDDM-LOWW. Danke, servus.
Vienna Control, good evening sir, Turkish 12 for Victor, flight level 340, inbound Renka with you.
Last did you call in means you get a call sign?
That was Turkish 12 for Victor.
Turkish 12 for Victor, good evening, identified. Runner 75 Lima, continue climb flight level 290, direct Masur to Whiskey arrival.
Check 290 direct to Masur to Whiskey arrival, 75.
For Charlie, continue descent flight level 130 to be level at Ramadi.
Continue descent flight level 130 to be level at Ramadi.
Thrustmaster entering 2 Kilo Bravo, container Euro control east on a frequency 135, that's 13Y.
Euro control east 135, the 23, host 22 Kilo Bravo, thank you, bye-bye.
Radar Day 209, I go 503.
Delta 24 Charlie, coming off the Viber frequency 127.905.
München arrival 127.905. Vielen Dank für den Anruf.
Green Red Afternoon, Olympic 35, climbing out of 160 for 240.
Olympic 35, evening identified, camp flight level 240.
240 for Olympic 35.
Vienna 6017, gonna make radar frequency 119, that is 275. Switching to East Group 119 and 1, thank you very much for your bye-bye, on the other station calling me to get a course, then?
Visa 201.
Visa 201, good evening, identified, camp flight level 300.
Fine, flight level 300, Visa 201.
Belgian Air Force 641, in radar. Boston 75 Lima, when ready, descent flight level 170 to be level at Arsenal.
We're ready to send flight level 170 to be level at Masura.
Mayday, that good evening to Jet to Papa Lima, crossing 127. Jet to Papa Lima, good evening, identified, camp flight level 300. Climb flight 300 to Jet to Papa Lima.
Generator ferry, good evening, Belgian Air Force 61 from Belgian Air Force 1900, exam later, 40 direct Boston.
Confirm Belgian Air Force 641.
Affirm Belgian Air Force 641.
Belgian Air Force 641, good evening, identified, climb level 240, traffic above, proceed direct Arnhem.
Proceed flight level 240 due to traffic above direct Nanit, Belgian Air Force 641. For information, we are available at the CPDLC.
For the time being negative, try lock on Lima Oscar Victor Victor. Olympic 35, direct Nanit.
Direct Nanit for Olympic 35.
EG207, coming on your control east frequency 135.3.
Eagle control is 135.3, Eagle 207, have a nice day, thank you, bye bye.
Belgian Air Force 641, continue climb level 260.
Proceed climb level 260, Belgian Air Force 641.
Tom Jet Minor Golf, continue on your control east frequency 135.3 west. 135.3 Jet Minor Golf. Skeko Delta Kilo Tango on the reach, radar frequency 119.275.
Facebook radar 119.275 Oscar Echo Delta Kilo Tango Servus jump.
Visa 207, are you able to reach level 320 at Landsee?
Yeah, affirmative 201.
Visa 201, roger, continue climb level 320.
Continue climb 320.
direct landing LM118. Check to Papa Lima, direct Nanit. Direct Nanit, to check to Papa Lima, thank you. Turkish 12 Victor, Contact radar Rhein, radar frequency 128.975, quiet.
Radar frequency 128.975, thank you for the stop wait.
Azavia 81 Charlie, green identified. Austrian 75 Lima, confirming radar frequency 134.675, bye-bye.
134.675, thank you, Simheaven. This is Austrian 75 Lima, sending for level 170,
and 75 for Lima, Servus identified, expect LS 34 information kilo.
Expecting LS 734 information kilo, 75 Lima.
Austrian 75 Lima, do you read?
Say again please for 75 Lima.
Austrian 75 Lima, cleared Nero for November, proceed direct Whiskey 985.
Say again the procedure please, 75 Lima.
Austrian 75 Lima, cleared Nerdo for November. November Echo Romeo Delta Uniform for November, proceed direct Whiskey 985.
Direct to Whiskey 985, 75 Lima.
And Austrian 75 Lima, descent flight level 150.
Down 150,
Austrian radar, Tango, contact radar, 134, that's 135, Austrian 39 Tango, contact Wien radar, 134, that's 350, bye. Same for you, contact Wien radar 134, that's 350, bye. 13435, danke, ciao. Wien radar, schönen guten Abend, Lufthansa 2 Charlie Victor at 5000 feet. Lufthansa 2 Charlie Victor, Servus identified, climb flight level 240. Climb flight level 240, Lufthansa 2 Charlie Victor. Austrian 75 Lima, you're cleared flight level 150, start your descent. Flight level 200.
Send it for level 150, 75.
Austrian 208, Servus identified. Austrian 208, climb flight level 240. Flight level 240, Austrian 208.
750.
Twitch at 6 Kilo Alpha, servos, identified climb flight level 160. Climb flight level 160. Lufthansa 2 Charlie, Victor, contact Wien radar, frequency 134, that's mal 350, bye.
Contact Wien radar 134 350, Lufthansa 2 Charlie Victor, destination march off.
Eurowings 8 Alpha Echo, servos identified, climb flight level 240.
Climb level 240, Eurowings 8 Alpha Echo.
Danish 122, proceed direct Linux.
Direct Linux, Danish 122.
Passing Seaton 45000.
Lufthansa 53 Kilo, servos identified, climb flight level 240.
Level 240, Lufthansa 53 Kilo.
Austrian 75 Lima, descent 8000.
Descent 8000, 75 Lima.
Ready for your information of the 53 Kilo CPA.
Lufthansa 53 Kilo, I have no contact with CPTLC to you.
Wayne, approach very good evening, Emirates 125, we do have level 240, mathematics.
Austrian 125, correction, Emirates 125, servos identified. Expect LS 34, information November, you're cleared Natex 1 Whiskey. When ready, descend flight level 140 to be leveled at Natex.
For the Natex 1 Whiskey arrival, runway 34, could you reach my descent for Emirates 125?
Good evening, Qatar 8020, flight level 273, descending 2502 Natex.
Qatar 8020, servos identified. Expect LS 34, information November in and cleared Natex 1 Whiskey.
Roger, cleared Natex 1 Whiskey, it looks like the LS 34 and we'll get November 9, Qatar 8020.
Qatar 8020, descend flight level 150 to be leveled at Natex and reduce speed to 270.
Roger, 270 knots, descend flight level 150 level Natex, Qatar 8020.
Radar, good evening, 0623, identified check, landing 5000 feet.
Blocked, Emirates 125, speed 270 or greater.
270 greater, could you repeat my descent please for Emirates 125?
Wayne Raiders, Beer 1 Alpha, we will land with you, the inbound takeoff.
Siberian Airlines 1 Alpha, Servus, identified, expect LS 34, information November, descent 120, cleared Marbot for November.
Descent flight level 120, expect runway 34, Marbot for November, Simheaven Alpha.
Vienna radar, low Austrian 300 at 4,300, climbing 5,000.
Danish 122, contact Praha, frequency 127.125 and climb 300.
127, 125 up to flight level 300, gauge 122, have a nice evening.
Austrian 390, identified, climb flight level 160.
Climb flight level 160, Austrian 390.
Wien Radar, guten Abend, Austrian 9er Charlie Mike, passing 4,000 for 5,000.
Austrian 9er Charlie Mike, Servus, identified, climb flight level 230.
Climb 230, Austrian 9er Charlie Mike. Wien Radar, good evening, Austrian 623 after departure 5,000 feet.
Austrian 623, Servus, identified, climb flight level 230.
Climb flight level 230, Austrian 623.
Eurowings 8, disregard. Twitch at 6 Kilo Alpha, contact links on frequency 129.625.
129.625, Twitch at 6 Kilo Alpha,
Emirates 125, go ahead.
Could you repeat the descent clearance you gave me a minute ago?
Emirates 125, descent 140 to be leveled at Nartex.
Level 40, level at Nartex, Emirates 125.
In radar, good evening. Airmail B1, A1, climbing 5,000 feet via Untitled Chapter. Departure.
Firmware 341, Servus, identified, climb flight level 180.
Climb flight level 180.
Wien Radar, good evening, Jetset 32 Tango is with you, descending flight level 286 for 180 inbound Nixie.
Jetset 32 Tango, Servus, identified, climb, expect LS 34, information Oscar.
3-4 information Oscar, Jetset 32 Tango.
And Jetset 32 Tango, descent flight level 120, cleared Ballard 3 November.
320 and Ballard 3 November, Jetset 32 Tango.
Austrian Charlie Mike, no further disease available, monitor Unicom 122.85.
Unicom 122.8, Servus, 9er Charlie Mike.
Qatari 8020, speed 250 and cleared PSAT for November, descent 8000, QNH 1008.
Roger, speed 250 knots, cleared the PSAT for November, and the QNH 1008, that would be Qatari 8020.
Emirates 125, reduce speed to 250 or less.
Speed 250 or less, Emirates 125.
Wien Radar, frequency 109 or Austrian 4 Charlie 5,000 feet.
Austrian 75 Lima, descent 6000, contact director calls and only 119.8 by.
Send 6,000 intact 119.8, takeoff service
Equals 109er identified, climb Alpha 7000 for now, I call you for further climb.
7000 for now, QS 109.
Siberian 1.
Reducted 86, Austin 75 Lima descending 6,000 feet on the 4 November position.
Austin 75 Lima, Wiener Vector, Servus, identify these 4,000 feet.
4,000 feet for 75 Lima. Down 3,000, so
Austin 57 Lima, turn right heading 260.
Right, 26075.
Austin 75 Lima, turn right heading 310, clear LS approach runway 34. Austin 75 Lima, turn right heading 310, clear LS approach runway 34.
Right, 310, clear LS approach 3475.
Siberian Director, Siberian Alpha,
Servus, identify. Siberian 1 Alpha, Wiener Rector, Servus, identified.
Siberian Alpha, roger, thank you.
Qatari 8020, Wiener Rector, Servus, identified. Descent 4,000 feet.
Descent 4,000 feet, Qatari 8020, can we reduce the speed any further?
Qatari 8020, yes, reduce speed 220 knots.
220 knots, thanks, Qatari 8020.
Siberian Alpha, any speed restrictions?
Siberian 1 Alpha, descent 4,000 feet.
Descent 5,000 feet, Siberian Alpha.
Siberian 1 Alpha, negative 4,000 feet.
4,000 feet, Siberian Alpha.
75 Lima, establish localization 34.
Austin 75 Lima, speed 180 knots until 60 me.
B180 until 60 me, 75.
Qatari 8020, clear the last approach runway 34, report established.
Vienna 34 will clear Qatari 8020 then.
2,500.
Direction, good night. Jetset 32 Tango is with you, Ballot 3 November, the transition.
Jetset 32 Tango, being director sales identified, descent 4,000 feet.
4,000 feet, Jetset 32 Tango.
Heading 260, severe 1 out.
Qatari 8020, speed 180 knots or greater until 60 me.
180 rated, Qatari 830
Austin 75 Lima, contact tower 123.8 servos. Jetset 2 Tango, turn left heading 070.
Left heading 070, Jetset 32 Tango.
Austin 75 Lima, contact tower 123.8 servos.
2,000.
To 38 tank for service 75 Lima.
Qatari 830 fully established at 11 miles.
Siberian 1 Alpha, turn right, heading 310, clear the last approach runway 34.
Turn right, heading 310, clear the last approach runway 34, severe 1 out.
Jetset 32 Tango.
Meet tower, good day, this is Austrian 75 Lima, fully established last 34.
Austrian 75 Lima, wind tower, servos, wind 330 degrees, 3 knots, runway 34, clear to land.
34 clear to land, 75 Lima, thank you.
West Tower 5745 is ready for takeoff.
1,000.
Easy 5745, East Tower, good evening, wind 330 degrees, 3 knots, runway 29, clear to takeoff.
Clear to takeoff, runway 29, Easy 5745.
Delta India Serra, melden Sie den Flughafen in Sicht, erwarten Sie Piste 34.
Flughafen in Sicht, Erwartung Piste 34, Delta India Serra.
Qatari 802, there's 6.5 for 34.
Qatari 8020, wind tower, good evening, continue approach number 2.
Flying slow.
Approach Qatari 802, sir.
400.
Flying slow. Flying slow.
300.
Terrain, terrain.
200.
Terrain, terrain. Terrain, terrain. Terrain, terrain.
100.
Terrain, terrain. Terrain, terrain. Terrain, terrain.
40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
to 7399 Wien Tower, South. Qatari 8020, expect late clearance. Roger. Austrian 75, Lima expedite vacating ground 121.6.
1216, thank you for service, 750.
1,500 meters remaining.
EC 5745, contact Vienna radar 134.675, jump.
134.675, EC 574.
Delta India Sierra, vielen Dank, halten Sie over Sierra 1500 Fuß oder darunter.
Halten Sie über Sierra 1500 Fuß oder darunter, Delta India Sierra.
Qatari 8020, wind 330 degrees, 3 knots, runway 34, cleared to land.
Cleared land 34, Qatari 8020.
Hello, 364. I'm letting the KLM in behind you in front, so you have enough time to study the charts. Call me then when ready for taxi again, please.
Oh, 364, roger.
Lead ground, good evening, this is Austin 75 Lima, runway 4 vacate.
I'm sorry, ground, you were broken there. KLM 569, disregard the traffic and just continue holding point runway 29 via Mike.
Discarding traffic and continuing via Mike, traffic runway 29, KLM 569.
Austrian 75 Lima, Vienna ground, hello.
This is 75 Lima, did you copy me? Runway 34 vacated.
Austrian 75 Lima, no you didn't call in, but I tried. So now taxi gate Foxtrot 22 via Delta and exit 32.
C2 gate Foxtrot 22 via Delta, exit 32 for 75 Lima.
Good day, Ryanair 7 on Foxtrot, stand 35 Charlie, request push and start.
Ryanair 7 Alpha Foxtrot, startup and pushback approved.
Start approved, Ryanair 7 on Foxtrot.
Qatari 8020 is on Delta.
Qatari 8020, Vienna ground, hello, taxi gate, correction. You are cargo aircraft or passenger aircraft?
It's a passenger aircraft with cargo, so whichever.
Okay, Qatari 8020 to make things simple, taxi stand Kilo 45 via Delta and exit 34 and then Echo.
Roger, stand Kilo 45 Delta, exit 34 and Echo, Qatari 8020, thanks.
Ground easy 790 by Yankee with Oscar, request push stop.
Easy 79 Quebec, Yankee, start with pushback approved.
Pushback approved, 79 Yankee.
Electric 64 ready. Okay, now you make a right turn and then join Mike to holding point runway 29. Tower 119.4.
119.4,
LR364, now we have a problem. Hold position. LR364, you are on taxiway Lima, okay? You should go via Mike, which is the parallel one on your right side. I suggest I will look down from my monitor and you go about over this grass strip to holding point to 9IS.
Ground, good evening, Lufthansa 16 Echo, stand Foxtrot 32, request push and start.
Ground, good evening, Jetset 32 Tango Bravo 7 just off of runway 34.
Jetset 32 Tango Vienna ground, hello, taxi gate Charlie 38 via Delta and Lima.
Via Delta and Lima, gate Charlie 38, Jetset 32 Tango.
Good evening, Lufthansa 16 Echo, stand Foxtrot 32, request push and start.
Lufthansa 16 Echo, start up and pushback approved, blue line.
Start push approved, blue line, Lufthansa 16 Echo.
We're in ground, 01 Alpha, hello.
Siberian 1 Alpha, Vienna ground, hello, taxi gate Delta 26 via Delta and Lima.
Taxi to stand Delta 26 via Delta and Lima, 01 Alpha.
LR361 makes now a right turn, and then a left turn.
Can you right for me? Right here. On the bridge, here.
Easy 79 Quebec Yankee, request taxi.
Easy 79 Quebec Yankee, thank you. Taxi holding point runway 29 via exit 7 and Mike QNH 1009.
Exit 7 and Mike for holding point. Runway 29, Easy 79 Yankee, Quebec.
LR364, continue taxi.